Alright, I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas and a happy... I'm not even gonna pretend to give a fuck about all that shit. Look, let's be real. Come on, let's be real. Okay, we are here to talk about our Lord and Savior, the Sonic the Hedgehog, because some shit has already gone down that we need to talk about. Okay, now this one technically happened in December, but we're only now discovering it now in January, and this is a big one, so we have to talk about this shit right now. Okay, so get the fuck out of bed. You know, if you're hungover from New Year, I don't know how old you are, but if you had a long New Year's Eve playing Sonic Heroes or, you know, something better, there's nothing better than that you could have been doing. Time to get up, because it's time to talk about you know what. And if you haven't subscribed already, please make sure to subscribe. We are trying to hit 100,000 subscribers, and if I hit 70,000 subscribers before Sonic Frontiers comes out, Izuka has promised that Tails will finally stand up to Chaos Zero. And you want to see Miles redeem himself, right? So you already know what to do. But this is the big one, okay? Now, if you don't know, Sega Sammy is like the holding company for Sega, and they had a little bit of a corporate series of sessions. Like, they were being asked very important questions to the company, and they have to answer this shit, like answering to your boss, like, the fuck are you doing with this shit? Are we gonna be rich, or like, what the fuck is going on? So this started to take off because someone tweeted about this, mentioning it, and it says here, Sonic Frontiers was planned to launch last year, but was postponed in order to ensure it doesn't suck. So it says here, Session 1, Growth Strategy of Consumer Business. Looking at the video, Sonic Frontiers looks like an open world kind of concept. Is that correct? Also, if you have any target number of sales, can you please share? And I'm guessing the respondent is one of these three people, someone involved in Sega, like one of these three, I don't know which one it is, but the respondent says, as for target number, because this is a completely new title for the first time in many years, oh believe me, we know, and we are planning for a global multi-platform rollout, we would like to go beyond the first year sales numbers of Sonic Forces, which is the previous mid. For lifetime sales, we look forward to further increase. We'd like for you to wait future announcement for the details, but this is the title with no compromise in terms of quality, and that has taken on many new challenges. Originally, it was planned to be released on this year. Remember, this document came out in December 2021. We just found out about it in January 2022. So they're talking about 2021 here, the 30th anniversary of Sonic, but we have postponed the release date for a year in order to further brush up the quality. Not only for this title, but during the development phase, we have been steadily conducting analysis to improve the quality of the title before release, which is all the surveys and the shit that was leaking on 4chan and all those websites. Was people who were testing the shit because they were trying to like tweak it to improve it or whatever. Such as introducing game, or like they just said it right after I just explained, I feel like an idiot now. Such as introducing game testing based on external evaluations, and I have a feeling, like Black Eyed Peas in 2009, that it will become a good game and have high expectations for it. Okay, these are nice words, okay, but these are nice. We're not done yet. There's more. Don't click off. These are nice words, but you know, like, we look to further increase our sales. I'm guessing this is going to be a full price game, just looking off of this. A title of no compromise in terms of quality, delayed by a year for high quality, which doesn't really amuse me personally, because I know they didn't start working on this thing properly until like 2019. They probably didn't even start planning the game until like 2018, maybe even probably even 2019, to be honest, because Sonic Team was working on Sakura Wars after Forces came out. So that whole, we took an extra year to focus on quality, in my head, like, if they weren't doing Sakura Wars and they pawn it off to another team, we would have gotten this in 2021 anyway. But nonetheless, they are really trying hard to sell us on this no compromise and the bullshit and things like that. And man, if Forces hadn't happened, I would have believed, or I would have ate all this shit up, okay? But I am a seasoned Sonic fan now, and that really just means I'm pessimistic. But no, seriously, like, I'm seasoned, so I'm not going to fall for pretty fancy words, right? The only thing I will fall for is good gameplay, right? That's the only thing that they can't fake. I mean, I guess you can curate and take one nice section, and you know, Sonic fans will use all their mental gymnastics to make it seem like this is great. Like, I remember like when Forces gameplay was revealed, and everyone was kind of like, it looks great. And yeah, to the untrained eye, it did look great, right? You had this Sunset Heights section. They didn't show the 2D. Everyone thought it was the first level, like based off the, you know, initial Project 2017 trailer with the chaos, and not, you know, that chaos, but like just the chaos of the world. And it was like, this is this dark world, and we're gonna start off in Sunset Heights, and it's all epic, and that would have been an epic start to the game, like minus the 2D sections and the automation. It looked like it was a good start, but then we realized it was like halfway into the game, and then Green Hill was actually the first level, and there was 2D in the level. It was a whole thing. But a good amount of gameplay should be enough to decipher. Not perfectly curated gameplay. Anyway, we've got more to talk about here. This interview's not done. They ask another question. Can you share the possibility of strengthening the monetization of Sonic IP further in order to increase profits such as merchandising, movies, and etc.? So the question is asking about multimedia shit that Sonic fans nowadays will claim is, you know, the main focus. And then look what the answer says. In terms of contribution to the profits, we think the games will be the main. Okay, so they are trying to say, let me finish the paragraph before I get heated. We like to proceed the major new title for global and multi-platform in-game area. Referring to the recent environment, the number of movie views we reach has increased significantly due to the global hit of the movie and the following subscription rollout of it. What they mean by this is like the movie is on Netflix right now, for example, and I'm sure it's on other streaming services, so they're obviously making big money off of that. And if you include mobile and other businesses, the IP has been able to reach the scale like hundreds of millions of people. As the effort of hit of the movie, the situations in which parents and children of two generations can enjoy Sonic IP together is increasing, so we think it is important to release high quality games at this timing. For the expansion other than that game, we believe that it is principal to work with partners who are reliable and can provide high quality products and services. As for animation we are working on with Netflix, we can roll out this with very low risk as the Sonic IP is strong. So basically, we can roll this shit out and motherfuckers gonna watch anyway, so we ain't worried. Towards the release of sequel movie, which is scheduled to release in April, we expect the increase of view of the previous movie via subscription and will boost revenue again. The licensing business, including merchandising, has already become a scale of tens of billions of yen on a retail sales price basis, and its rollout in EU and North America is expanding considerably. For the record, tens of billions of yen is a lot of money. We're talking like hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, they are making much money, okay? Like, if you had a $60 full price game and that game sold 2 million units, you're talking $120 million. Then you minus the cost of the actual game itself. So if that only movie wants 2 million units of a game, you can see how this merch is sounding a lot more appealing to them, which is why they're trying to charge full price now for this game and like make sure that people actually buy it more than the average main series game nowadays, which is lucky to move 1 million. On the other hand, we still have lots of challenges in Asia market, including Japan, so we want to focus our efforts over the next year when we release the new game. Now, before I go on a rant about the main series, because like I really want to, there's one more thing we gotta talk about. The interview's not done yet. Okay, hold on. This is the good part. Can you share about your strategy for the repeat sales, especially how you think about the strategy to pile up the revenue continuously every year? So basically they're asking, how the fuck you gonna make us more money, nigga? Like, tell us the shit. It seems you can earn revenue from repeat sales following the year when you have numbers of new titles. However, there is an example of the other company which is combining pricing and regional strategies to build up profits. Is that microtransactions? What the fuck are they talking about? Regional strategies. I'd like to hear your thoughts on such approach. They answer, as for consumer games, the culture of buying a packaged game on the day of release is no longer on the trend. Basically, physical is dying, digital is the future, get with the times, and the penetration of digital sales has made it to a business that contributes to revenue for a long term. Oh, they're so gonna put microtransactions in front of it. I can feel it. Oh my god, I can feel it. In fact, the year after a new title is released, that title is counted as a repeat. Especially if the new title is released at the end of the fiscal year, it will contribute to the increase in volume of repeat sales the following year. For the pricing strategy, we feel that we are at a point where we need to rethink. Now, what are they talking about, right? Forces lowered the price to like $40. I think that was the first main series Sonic game to drop the price, if we don't consider Mania main series, which I think a lot of people do because it's Mania, but it was kind of a budget title. The point is, they lowered the price because the game was so budget, but I think they're trying to undo that. It says here, for example, for the new Sonic game, we are focusing on quality and spending certain amount of money on development. We think it is important to maintain the price by maintaining the value of the IP at high level, rather than simply lowering the price at early stage to increase the number of units sold. So they're basically admitting that Forces they knew was going to be budget mid. So they're like, let's just lower the price so we can still get people to buy this budget mid instead of trying to convince people that they should buy it for $60 and then they don't buy it at all, right? That 40 allowed people to still consider getting it, especially once it got discounted to like 20 in like how many weeks. Other point is area rollout. With the advance of digital transformation, it became possible to reach areas such as South America, Africa, India, etc., where we are previously beyond the reach of our marketing. We are constantly searching and examining how much opportunities each area has, and from the next fiscal year, we would like to increase our revenue base by steadily developing such areas. So what did we learn from this interview? There's other questions, but they're not related to Sonic, so we're not going to talk about them. Come on. They are serious about the main series. Now, whether that seriousness actually turns into a high quality game, I don't know, right? I can only speak on what they've said, but the shareholders of shit asked them, and they were like, we've got all this multimedia shit. Is that the future? And they're like, the main series is still the games, okay? All of you need to remember that shit, okay? They want to keep the price up, bring it back from where it was in Forces, so we can expect a $60 game, maybe even $70 on next gen, because you know they're going to charge more for the PS5 and Series X versions because 4K or whatever. I don't know if they're going to do microtransactions, but I wouldn't be surprised if they snuck them in somehow. I mean, look what they tried to do with Supersonic and Forces. Like, if they tried it then, they're going to try it now, especially if Frontiers is actually good, right? Like, with this whole, we're conducting analysis to improve the quality of title before release, we look to further increase our lifetime sales. This is a title with no compromise in terms of quality. We think it is important to release high quality games at this timing. I don't know what's wrong with all the other timings, but at this timing, they believe, like, they are using all the buzzwords. Now again, right? Because I know I'm going to do that stream reacting to all my Frontiers news discussions. So I just need to, like, make sure I cover my bases. Just because they said all the pretty words doesn't mean it's going to come true the exact way we hope. I'm just saying it's nice to know that they still consider the games the main series. Because it's not like they were saying this to game fans to try and, like, you know, make us feel good. This is to their shareholders, so they would have told the truth to shareholders. If it was like the movies and the merch is our future, they would have said that. This is them admitting that they see value in the main series, and clearly more value than they saw back in the Forces era with that budget mid that they released. And if they really do pull off Frontiers and actually make a great game, I mean, Izuku even said previously, I covered it in a previous video, he said that this whole, like, new formula of game was going to be the formula they kept for, like, the next decade. So I'm guessing if Frontiers is a hit, they're gonna do probably like a trilogy or some sorts, which they never do main series trilogies. Not since Sonic 3 have we gotten a trilogy. No, there is no Adventure 3, relax. I mean, speaking of Adventure, we haven't even gotten a duology since the Adventure games, so. But they could, like, do, like, 2 more of these, like, just the same formula, but just slightly improve it. Like, don't call and make a whole new formula of game after Frontiers, assuming they managed to pull this thing off. So this is pretty much the big one, okay? They are going all out with this game. Of course, all out doesn't mean that it's going to be great. I'm just saying that I do expect something that's going to be of budget, of big budget, obviously. But again, before everyone gets hyped, just remember, the only thing that really matters is getting gameplay, and a good amount of it. It's an open world game, so a trailer of like 15 seconds of gameplay is not gonna cut it. Maybe if it was a cyberspace level, 15 seconds could be enough to gauge certain things, but honestly, we need at least a good few minutes of gameplay to even start really even being able to have like full opinions on anything. Like, the inner child Sonic fan of me is just reading the words and getting all excited, but like the logical brain is like, listen, these are nice words, but they said nice words with every release. There was no Sonic game coming out where they didn't say nice words before it came out. So let's just relax, okay? I know everyone's already going to rush and call this year the year of Sonic and all that shit, and it probably will be in the sense that the movie will be good, and Prime is apparently coming out in the fall, and Origins they seem to have forgotten about. I made a video about the development hell rumors about Origins. You can check that out, but we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see what 2022 has in store. But I am very intrigued at this Frontiers information, and it just makes me want to see gameplay even more. I want to see if they really pull this thing off, and I really hope they do. Like, imagine how cool it would be if like Frontiers like scored similar to Breath of the Wild. Like, imagine the glow up if that shit actually, like, from Forces to like 97 on Metacritic. I can't even say that out loud. It just feels ridiculous, man. Like 97 on Metacritic for a Sonic game. You know, if Heroes didn't get it, then how could any other game get it? Like, come on. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think about this. This is a pretty big interview. They are saying all the buzzwords. Delayed the game by a year, focusing on quality, full budget, like everything you want to hear. But are you guys falling in love with the words? Or are you like, nope, no gameplay, no hype? Right? That needs to be like on a t-shirt or something. That needs to be like a Sonic fan merch shirt. Like, no gameplay, no hype. I'm so gonna make that shit. Hold on, man. Can I get a logo design for that? Like, oh, do you know what I should do? I should do it like with the Forces logo. Like, get the because, you know, Forces was like overhyping itself. So like, get the Forces logo design and just like redo it to say no gameplay, no hype. Oh, that's so sick. Let me know if you buy a shirt that says that. Okay, I'm so gonna do that shit. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. make sure to check out the non-Sonic channel. The link will be in the description. We are going to be popping off on Premy List this year, so I don't want you guys to miss it. Like, we're hitting 10k subs on Premy List this year, and either you're going to be part of the first 10k or you're going to be part of, you know, the people that come afterwards. Either way, you're going to be a part of it. If you like good content, you know where to find me. You already know that shit. But that's all I have to say right now. So, Premy out.